Today I'm going to show you guys how to replace your Teflon strip on your Roland GR series plotter. To do this you're going to need a few things. Some goof off. Bear in mind that with this stuff it is very aggressive and strong. So you only want to use this on plotters that have a stainless steel backing on them without any finishes or anything else like that. On any Roland series plotter it's always going to be stainless steel on the back end of it, so you don't have to worry about that. So if you're replacing the Teflon strip on anything else, such as like a Graphtec or a Jaguar plotter, you would want to use this like rapid remover here. Something that's going to be a little bit less aggressive on the plotter and on finishes. A couple little white scrubby pad sponges here to take off whatever adhesive you need from the plotter, your Teflon strip, and the paper towels. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove the Teflon strip. Just take yourself a blade and stick at the very edge of it and just work that up. Just gradually work it back as you need to. Be careful as you pull this up, as the adhesive can be left behind, so you want to make sure you leave as little bit behind as possible. This one seems to be peeling up pretty nicely, so we may not even need to use the goof off. Notice if you go back like this, it's going to possibly leave some more adhesive like that, so instead of peeling it back like that, you want to peel it up like this. Makes it much easier on yourself and the plotter. Once you get that towards the end, there we go. It's peeled up just fine. Got a pretty good look until the very end here, so this is where we're going to have to probably focus most of our attention at, is getting this adhesive off of here. Peel that off and we can probably get pretty lucky, and there we go. On most plotters the adhesive tends to be left behind a lot more than most plotters. This one was actually a very good example of one that actually came up pretty cleanly. And from here, go ahead and just wipe off the remnants of whatever dust or anything particles like that. If you don't want to use your fingers, just take yourself a paper towel and just wipe this down across here to make sure it's nice and clean. So at this point, once you determine that the Teflon strip area is going to be clean and ready to go on here on the plotter, we go ahead and take a blade here and pull up the edge of here for the goof off. Once that's pulled up there, just pry it out like that. Take your goof off, just go across clean like so. Make sure to avoid any holes as much as possible to make sure you don't get any liquid down below. Come across and make sure that it's all clean and nice and good. Bear in mind that this stuff is also very aggressive. Notice how there's just a little bit of adhesive back in here in the corner. This is pretty much the only amount that we actually have to worry about. Notice there's just a little bit of rubbing like this, and it comes clean out of there. Take your finger on it, nothing at all. So to give you guys an example of this, I went ahead and placed a piece of the old adhesive back on here just to show you how it'll work and how aggressive it is with the goof off. It's all that. It's all about that. It's about how much you need. So before, take yourself a little bit of the paper towel, scrub back on top of it. A little bit of work in there. So now I'll go ahead and show you this again. Now that the adhesive has been kind of left back on there, it's a bit sticky now. Left behind remnants of it. So any remnants of adhesive, just put a little goof off back in there, just a couple drops like that, and rub on it a little bit. Within a few seconds to a minute or so, that will take the clean off there for you. And now if you're to feel it, it'll be nice and clean and smooth, just like it was across the rest of the way here. A good standard amount of time to take on this to make sure to get it all clean and taken care of all the way across the entire 64-inch worth of material that you have for your plotter, or 54-inch or 40-inch, whatever size plotter you have. It would probably take about a good 45 minutes to an hour to do it properly and do it well. We're going to go ahead and take out our Teflon strip from Roland here, the Roland brand Teflon strip. And as you apply this, it's going to be very tricky and very tedious, so you want to make sure that what you want to do is you want to line the Teflon strip should be just in front of all of the grit rollers here. Just in front of this very edge right here where it ends like this, to make sure it aligns properly. That's where the blade holder is going to be at, over here. So, very carefully, I'm going to go ahead and unravel this thing, let it fall to the ground. What we're going to go ahead and do is peel back the white backing on this thing to expose the adhesive. And very carefully and cautiously, we're going to go ahead and take this thing across here and lay it down as we need to. I'll start with the very edge over here on the side. Like I said before, be very careful with this as you're taking this down. Going down pretty smoothly, so this is a good sign. Make sure to wipe off any excess material like you just saw there on the edge to ensure that it's clean all the way across. Applying steady constant pressure all the way across this as you need to. Very careful as you get down to the end here to make sure it's just all the way down across this way. As you get to the end of it, very close, that'll be good to go. Like I said before, just go back over it a little bit with your fingers to make sure that it's got a nice steady pressure across all of it. Make sure there's no wrinkles or ripples or any inconsistencies or any bumps or anything like that inside the Teflon strip. If you feel anything like I feel right here, for example, just take your thumb, kind of work over it a little bit. Make sure to flatten that out if you need to at all. Make sure it's nice and flat and consistent there. Make sure it's nice and consistent all the way across. Once that's done, just double check everything on your work. So that Teflon strip looks good all the way across. And that's how you replace your Teflon strip on your Roland GR Series plotter.